Alright boys, welcome back. So I am excited because we are going to be getting this Shield collaboration part 2 to be dropping tonight on Global. So the big question right now is, should you summon? We're going to answer that today and also go through a little before you summon, because there are some big things coming, and right now it's no secret why they decided to drop a pretty good collaboration with a pretty good banner 1 month before the JP anniversary, and they've already confirmed some big things coming. So boys, let's talk about it. Before that, if you guys are new, of course, subscribe to the channel. We are going to be doing hopefully 76 content daily now, with the fact that we're going to be getting back into obviously Shield Hero, and I'm looking forward to play some PP with these characters. So let's start with by far the biggest thing here, and that is the JP anniversary. Currently right now, we don't know who the character is going to be. If you lot aren't aware, the leaker who was leaking 76 originally has stopped doing it now, so we have no idea what the potential festival character could be. So if you have any ideas, let me know in the comment below. I do want to make a video, but I still think it's going to be Skinny King. In particular, this one with the Yagasuo armor, just about the big bear, basically. Similar towards Gopher, how we had Gopher in his mech suit, where he's like basically like a small version of himself. But then we got the character that's like a standalone character about the mech. I feel like they're going to do the exact same thing for King. Obviously, have confirmed 2 weeks later, we are going to be getting the 4 Nights of the Apocalypse collab update. Don't know what you want to call it, but that will be coming for the part 2 of the anniversary, which people aren't, I don't think, are too excited about it, at least comparable to myself, right? Like, this is something I've been waiting for like 2 years now. Generally cannot wait to see these characters in game, but this is gonna be a pretty big banner and something you probably want to summon for. Hopefully do it in a good way where it's actually enticing to summon rather than just releasing one new character. We are gonna be getting story mode, we're gonna be hopefully getting new updates. I want to see a lot, like a massive expansion towards 4 Nights, so I feel like people will summon for that banner anyway. So that's gonna be 600 diamonds plus the festival banner, which is 900 diamonds. So you're gonna need around 1.5k diamonds in about a month's time. But the big question right now is, should you be summoning? I will say this banner is actually very, very good. Is it gonna be better than the actual, you know, new festival banner coming out in a month's time? Probably not, but I still feel like the fact that, honestly boys, Victoria, she is a festival character. She simply is. She's got really high CC. If you look at her kit, which you can show now, she's got new skills. She's got a big AoE ultimate that kills everyone. The passive is massive. Also, she's got that special border, that festival, like new festival character be getting. Boys, Victoria is simply a festival character that costs 600 diamonds. However, she's only available for 2 weeks. But I guess you also get the benefit that while you're summoning for this new character, you also have a pretty good character on the banner as well, that being Glass. Now, listen, Glass is by far not the best character in the game. She's a DPS character that's a bit tricky to play around with if you don't know what she's doing. She's gonna be good for like just I don't know. I honestly don't feel like Glass will last too long in the meta. I feel like she's a bit too selfish. But once again, it's nice that you're getting this character while summoning for another top tier character, right? That's something that we don't really get too often on new banners. When you're summoning for festivals, you're summoning for the new one, and sure, you might want to try and get the old ones to get them duped out, but it's really, really rare in Grand Cross, like the last 2 years now since you stopped doing it, where you get to summon for one new character that you want and also get another character alongside of it. So Victoria is by far the prize of this actual banner, and obviously her rate is going to be 0.5, so actually above rate, because right now every festival character is like 0.25 plus once again 0.5 for the other Glass character, so 1% to get a new character out of 3. And obviously I think the nicest thing as well is that you have the old Shield Hero characters on the banner, which is gonna be like 0.2, so you have around 0.6% chance out of 3%, more than half. If you get an SSR, it's 50% chance you're going to get a Shield Hero character. And the best thing too, and this is why I love part 2s, boys, is that you can trade up dupes of the old characters to buy and get dupes of the new one. So literally right now, and this is what I recommend you lot do, if you have the old Shield Hero characters, of course, right? If you've been playing since Katuna, then you already got her. If you got Raptalia the last time, that means you're going to be getting 2 free dupe coins for free, boys, because they're giving out a free Raptalia and they're giving out a free Kizuna. They're also going to be giving out like 5 free multis, so if you have 455 gems, you have enough to hit pity. But with those 5 multis, if you get a dupe of the old characters, then you can just buy Victoria. So honestly, that's by far my biggest recommendation. If you have the Shield characters, just pray you can get 1 dupe of the old characters and then simply buy Glass of Victoria. I recommend Victoria. Okay, so on the Reddit, SekeTube always puts out these little Shuji summons, and I don't think these are as good as what they sometimes are. I think he's got a bit of bias towards collabs and obviously unknown characters. And boys, that's the biggest thing, right? this update, these characters, the boys, to simply put, for the unknown mains. If you use unknown characters like myself, I love using unknowns. If you're someone who likes, obviously, Albedo, Hell, Tyr, you know, the unknown race, basically, you like how they play, you've probably already been using these characters. So, of course, when we get, honestly, a new festival unknown character that actually works for the unknown team, you're going to want to summon. If you've been using demons, if you've been using, you know, humans, if you've been using fairies somehow, summoning for unknown characters, you don't need to. These characters aren't really needed outside of PvP. Can you use them in demonic PvP battles? Sure, but you don't need them, right? Like, they're just DPS characters. We're gonna get one next month. We're gonna get probably one in another month. We're gonna get one in like next banner. You know, you don't need to get these characters for like outside of PvP. So right now you can see here a bit selfish. Anniversary's coming soon. Cosmetics cost obviously real money, sure, but once again, it's by far the best unknown character in the game. If you want to use unknowns, you have to use unknowns. That's kind of one thing I think Second kind of missed here. Worst unit in the whole collab, probably Raptalia is, I think. So you can see there's definitely more cons about Glass over like Victoria, where like her only problem is that the timing, a bit, well, Anniversary comes in, that's really a con. I mean, it is, but once again, the Anniversary, if it's who I think it's going to be a fairy. And if I'm being honest, boys, if you're an unknown main, you don't care about fairies. Sure, King might be good outside of PvP, but you get my point, right? But yeah, Glass, once again, if she was a standard character, you could argue maybe she's not worth summoning. She's a bit selfish. But when you put the fact that both her and Victoria on the same banner, it's not like you're choosing Glass over Victoria. You're going for Victoria, but you have the benefit and the luxury, basically, to get Glass on the side field, which I do think is quite nice. To kind of wrap up here, boys, Naofumi is also a character which is actually very interesting. And that's the fact this guy's getting a massive buff here. Essentially, he's now no longer locked onto the actual, you know, mono blue team. He can now be used on an actual human team, and from what we saw, boys, from people using on JP, the guy's actually pretty good. So I will say, if you are someone who is like hardcore into the actual like human team, summoning for Naofumi and getting him duped out might not be the worst idea, just because his actual stance is going to be broken. Now bear in mind, Melee, and this is probably the only good stance character in the game right now, actually, I'm not gonna lie. Mediolus does cancel stances when he attacks someone, right? Obviously, if he gets his actual buff on. But the way Naofumi works is that, well, most of his damage comes from applying a stance and then attacking. So, canceling Naofumi's stance generally doesn't matter as much because, well, it's not a counter skill. Sure, it does obviously make him a bit more tankier. His passive obviously being reworked. You see it on screen now, which is being changed the way it is now, making your DPS doing more damage and tanking a bit more. But once again, you use the stance and then your DPS are doing more damage, then Arthur's doing more damage. Sure, if they cancel it, you're going to lose that damage decrease, but bear in mind, Arthur also taunts, and because I believe Arthur's actual buff is a Grady buff, it does bypass, I think, Naofumi's. Or if you order it properly, if you have like a 2-turn taunt with Naofumi, then his will get overlapped, so they're always attacking, obviously, Arthur. Even though Naofumi is taunting, they're always going to prioritize Arthur, and then that means they can't cancel his stance. So you're just getting that passive buff for free. So like I said, Naofumi is going to be a very, very good DPS on the actual human team and a good support as well. That even if you can cancel stance, it doesn't matter. The guy's already done his job, right? So yeah, boys, should you be summoning? Like I said, you should only be summoning if you are someone who uses the unknowns. It's a no question about it. If you're using unknowns like myself, you have your main race as the unknowns, then of course you're going to summon. If you don't care about unknowns, then you can skip it. There's no worry about it. But bear in mind, if you already got the previous Shido characters, then you are getting 2 coins for free, and you are getting 5 more. So if you happen to pull a dupe off an old character, then you can just buy Victoria and you have a pretty good character. Now, Naofumi is going to be a bit of a tricky one because I do feel like he is going to be a very, very good character on the human team. And we know so far we're not going to get too many humans. Sure, with Fortnite, we might start to see a bit more. And obviously, humans right now is getting very, very tight. You have, obviously, Arthur, your Bon, Ella Escanor, like, we're kind of, like, getting tight and, like, who to put in for that 3rd slot. So, Naofumi probably won't be the best for the longest, but still going to be another good option. So, yeah, I think that's going to wrap up, boys. Like I said, only unknown players should be summoned for this banner. Only people that like Shooter should be summoned to banner. If you're someone who's been using demons, goddesses, you don't care. You can skip. It's not your time. Don't worry. We're going to get more options in the future. And I think with this festival character coming out, it could possibly be King. So fairy means you might have some love coming up. Who knows? But boys, thank you for watching. Let me know if you guys are summoning. Currently right now, I have got 200 gems, so obviously I don't have enough. But I should be getting some partner program rewards soon. And that should help me summon here. So boys, thank you for watching. And yeah, peace.